Hello, I'm the Bard, and this adventure is the Bards Dungeon. I'm going to give you a little walkthrough of it in 20-minute intervals or thereabouts. So let's begin. You start the game here, and if you die in the game, this is where you come back. This is where you're respawned. Where are we? Okay. Ah, that's where we are. We're in heaven. Perform the leap of faith, which is jumping down here. Woohoo! Don't worry, you land perfectly safely. Just don't forget to step down. Here we go, and we go from the top of the world to the bottom of the world. I like extremes, so it's the way I build. But what we got to do is get into that tunnel. But how do we do it? Let's climb back up again. Not all the way, just to ground level. As you can see, we fell quite a way, pretty much from the top of the world to the bottom of the world. And, whoa, what's going on here, you may wonder? There's a door there, and a definitive hole in the floor. And no way back in. We could try and jump it, but it's almost impossible. And kind of irrelevant, because you're not meant to. You're actually meant to come down here. Right, when I was recording earlier, there was a bug in the game, which for some reason was not recording the minecart tracks. There's always a bug in this game. The most recent bug before that, every time you pick up a minecart, they disappear into thin air. So let's hope they're not doing that at the moment. Let's take a couple of them. And a preliminary sword. Oh, starter kit, of course. Actually, let's swap these around. That's better. There's a little secret. If you look up here, barely visible, it's a little shulker box with your first set of armour in. So let's pop that on. And we got a very, very long minecart track, and it is that long for a reason. Oh, we got the sound back on the minecart track. It's brilliant. It wasn't working on my other adventure. I'm about halfway, maybe 2/3 of the way through my second adventure, codenamed Death Valley, but that won't be its release title. Yeah, this is the Bards Dungeon. It's also the name of my content creation team, and it's also my Xbox gamertag. I originally started as the Bards Dungeons, plural, on Java, but when I transferred everything over to Windows 10, obviously you get one less letter for your gamertag, so I had to drop the S. There you go. So, this is me. I'm the Bard, and this is my little adventure. And what we're going through at the moment is what I call the Dark Night of the Soul. And originally it was designed to be part of the Bards Dungeon itself, because it's where it gets confusing. Yes, I'm the Bards Dungeon kind of. It's my content creation team. I go by the handle the Bard because I used to DJ under that name, and I produced a lot of trance and drum and bass and that sort of music also under that name. So the name sticks as an alter ego, and the Bards Dungeon was a no-brainer for my adventure games. I used to be a dungeon master. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I played it for decades. Started when I was 11 years old, and when I grew up, got into biker gangs. I introduced into one of the biker gangs, and that was hilarious, playing Dungeons and Dragons with that lot. So much fun. The idea is, this is what I call the Dark Night of the Soul. This adventure is meant for serious adventurers, so what I'm trying to do is weed out silly players who are not really into serious games. And this is how I do it. Most people will get bored riding through the Dark Night of the Soul. And you may be thinking to yourself, if this is a really big adventure, which it is, and every time you die you'll respawn back in heaven, do you have to ride this track every single time? Because it's a long ride, as you can see. We're still going. We don't know where we're going, but we're going. Well, the answer is no, you don't have to. Obviously, during my game testing, I've realised it would be absolutely ridiculous going through this every time. So there is a shortcut, but it's hidden, and I'm not going to tell you where it is. You're going to have to find it yourself. But no, you don't have to ride through this every time. You just have to find the shortcut. It does kind of set up the mood of the game, though. So it is very usual to ride through it, at least the first time. There are little books in the game which give you hints as to things. And I'm planning on doing a complete guide to the entire thing, mapping out where every single item is, and just putting that in a secret place within the game. It'll be right at the end of the game, of course. Probably in the end. We'll see. For aficionados, I have built into the Nether. I've built some quite spectacular things in the Nether, actually. I'm not going to tell you what that little thing is either. I've also built a tiny little bit in the end, but not much. Just polished it a little bit, but not touched it much. Of course, you can still kill the dragon in the end to finish the game, as usual, even though it's an adventure. There's a very good reason to go to the Nether. You will find out if you brave it. But to get to the Nether... Oh, where are we? Yeah, what was that about? What's this extra track about? Time will tell. So yeah, believe it or not, we're only halfway through this track. Yeah, as I was saying, it will be worthwhile going to the Nether to get some cool equipment. But to get there, you have to go through the Bards Dungeon. Not all the way through it, just the beginning of it. You can go to the Nether, and then you come back into it. The only access to the Nether is from the Bards Dungeon itself. What else can I tell you without spoiling too much? Where goes that track? Where does it go? We'll find out later. I was kidding. We're not just halfway through, we're nearly at the end of it. Okay. There's the light at the end of the tunnel. Need to tool up, just in case we got some monsters. Let's see what comes. We have an automatic shaft. Right, let's see if they've fixed the bug. Nope. So that's why I had to build extra minecarts everywhere in the game. What a pain in the bum. Okay, now we've got to climb all the way back to the top of the world again to find out where we are. This is where the game... I wouldn't say it's where the game begins, but it's where it begins for a lot of people. Because it's still very linear at the moment, and that will change. Obviously you're just being led through places, no choices to be made yet. So when you come out of here, you'll get some bearing on where you are. Well, kind of. Looks like we're in a stage set or something, doesn't it? A big sound stage. That was the idea, really. Okay, what we got? We're on the edge of a jungle. Ah, here we are. This thing over here, you should be able to see soon, because I'd have to put this on 12 chunk visibility, the maximum you can. That thing right there is the Bards Dungeon. And that's the tower that names it. Looks really cool at night, by the way. Here we go, it's building itself now. That's your first glimpse of the Bards Dungeon anyway. And all the little roads and rails and everything else that come off of it. Right, what's next, you may wonder? You seem to have an island over there, that's all fenced off. That looks like an entrance to it, but it's not. Looks like more like an exit from it. This is the only way forward. Right. Funny. There's only one way. Down the hole. There we go. I love my little machines. They get bigger. A lot bigger. Okay. So, are we going into the island? No. We're going through it. What? Yeah. Don't expect logic in this game. I'm a high-functioning autistic, so I think outside the box as a matter of course. That's how my brain works. Yeah, this is designed to disorientate as well. You fall down a hole, you're walking forward, and all of a sudden you're in a bigger hole at a different angle. What's going on? What's going on as we get in there? And we are actually going through the island, right through the middle of it. Ooh, what's that? That's a curse, but it doesn't actually affect us. What I did, I put some guardians in the island we've just walked through. They're on top of it, in their own little tank, if you like. And but even underneath it, they can curse you. But it only curses you with a digging curse, a mining curse. But as this is adventure mode, it's irrelevant. But it does freak people out, and they make nice pets. So, after all that, where do we come out of? We come out of into another island, the second island. But of course it's actually the first island, technically, because it's the first island we actually get to walk on instead of through. Yes, weird design, I know, just put glass through everything. That design does continue in other places. The Bards Dungeon itself actually has an entire layer of glass cutting through mountain tops and all sorts of things. Oh, have we escaped our linearness? We have, kind of. We're still trapped. We're on the first island. Alright. What should we do from here then? I reckon we should go and have a look at that tower. It seems to be like the main landmark on the island, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Oh, we've got a path here. Actually, let me show you one of the secrets. Over here, we got some hidden food. Let's take a few of them, shall we? Right then. Oh, darkness is setting in. Monsters are going to be coming out. Let's check this tower out. It's just a little water elevator. Let's see, have a look. Oh, there's our first proper look at the Bards Dungeon. Look at that. It's a sight, isn't it? And this is the island we're on. As you can see, we're trapped on it at the moment. Completely walled in with black glass, which we can't climb because it curves over the top. Yeah. Oh look, we can see the island we've walked through, and right over there, that little square base, that's where we came up through the earth, and we've walked right underneath that island. Come out into this one, which is full of quite a few secrets. You go right to the top, you will get your next clues as to what's going on. So we had 5 story stones already, so the next one is number 6. Let's jump up here in a decent place. Survival Island. If every player wants to stay safe, you can go no further than Survival Island. That's no fun. There is a way off Survival Island, but a sacrifice must be made to escape. Follow the path from here to sacrifice. That'd be that path then, which should go through that. So, oh, it shouldn't have come down that way. Ouchie. If we look at that, have a little investigate. Yeah, that's what you gotta get open, but how do you do it? Ah, you have to walk through that with loads of arrows firing at you. Fun. So, where's all the creatures hiding? Right. Over here we've got the pyramid. Should give you loads of abilities, so you can run faster, hit harder. Ah, not these things. I've never killed one of these things. You're gonna kill me, ain't he? We really need to take cover for the night. There's a little secret passage over here. We can get in time. Whee! Here we go. To a little hidden place. What's in here? Oh, you can write your own book within the game. How cool is that? Right, leaving it here. 20 minutes. I'll catch you again soon. This is the Bard. Bye for now.